blood. It's about that time. Gotta freak my blood. It's about that time. Gotta freak my blood. Free your mind. Star 106 hits pleasant Monday. Good afternoon to each and all. And welcome to another edition of Free Your Mind, brought to you courtesy of Pinder Tile, Muffler World. I want to say thank you to the folks at the Fresh Market, discount distributors and discount distributors liquors. Don't forget, mark it on your calendars. All right. Mark it on your calendars. Come November the 21st. It's all about those Fraser furs. I mean, regardless of everything that's going on, Christmas for Bahamians will always be Christmas. All right. You might not have as many presents under the tree, but we got to get that tree. All right. So they're going to have those Fraser furs. Make sure you get yours come November the 21st. Discount distributors and discount distributors liquors has got us this hour. Plus, I got to say big thank you to Lactogen, distributed by Lightborns Trading. All right. I want to say good afternoon to each and all locked and loaded. Channel 976 on cable. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, Natural Empress on Facebook, and of course, Star 106.5 as well on Facebook. It's a Monday. It's a mad Monday. Lots of things going on. Want to say shouts out to the competent authority. Again, a weekend where like none other. My goodness, I'm so happy that us Nasuvians, for the most part, we're on our best behavior. Way too many on the beach, though. I don't know. Um, I don't recall even prior to COVID where the beaches on a Sunday and Saturday at that were all that full. I don't know what was happening, but nevertheless, please, y'all continue to practice social distancing. Remember now, we're not supposed to have more than 5 people, all right, gathered on the beaches. With that said, I met an officer today that brought something to my attention. And I said to him, you know what? I'm going to definitely bring it to my listeners today, my judge and juries out there. Whereas he was apprehending someone who was, for the most part, not of sound mind. And when I say that, the person's a little off, you could tell. But what had happened was, um, the person decided to, when he asked the person to remove themselves, or, trying to get the social distancing protocol all together, the person who is not of full sound mind decided to spit at him. All right. And he, in turn, as the officer of the law, he decided to apprehend said person. Now, the people that were gathered in the line, because I don't want to say exactly where it happened, but the people who were there was like, oh, the officer is wrong for that. He shouldn't do that. And, he asked me what I thought. And, he was trying to understand why it is persons were all up in arms. And I said, well, by all means, officer, you could tell the person is not of sound mind. So it's almost as if they don't know what it is that they're, what they're doing. So he said, but at the same time, you could tell they ain't working with a full deck, but there's still half a deck. So he dealt with that half of the deck. Now, mind you, it wasn't like he beat the person or anything like that. It wasn't forceful. It was just that. But it was just that, he, kind of told the person, kind of not a rough up, but, he said, "Yeah, get it together, you can't do that." And, people started to hit out. And I'm like, I don't know. somebody done, funny on the same topic. Somebody sent me, I don't know how true it is, but somebody sent me a WhatsApp message a minute ago that stated that a well-known, they call him they call him social media personality. I call him homeless man. Okay. I don't know how true the story is, but they said that he was remanded to prison after he was accused of property damage. Now, apparently, he threw a rock that broke the window of somebody. I can leave it like that because I don't know how true the story is. This is the first time I'm hearing this. Jesus. You know the story?
No.
Look at it and tell me if this is true. All right. So, say Nasha's in the building.
Hey.
Hold on. I got to turn on your mic first.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know how true that story is, but let us say, hypothetically speaking, let me just bring you up to speed real quick. So I was somewhere today where an officer ended up apprehending somebody for spitting at him. Okay. Now, he wasn't very forceful. I saw the ordeal.
Okay.
Right? But people was licking out, oh, officer, how you could do that? You could tell the person ain't of sound mind. Right? But does that give them an excuse as far as you're concerned? What, because, he asked me the officer asked me what my take was on it. What's your take on it? You think that the person should still be apprehended because at the end of the day, it's still wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrongdoing.
Yeah.
It's like a child. Children
Right.
don't, that's how I look at it.
Right.
Children don't necessarily, toddlers, babies, they don't necessarily know what they're doing at all times.
What's right
but does
wrong.
that stop you from giving the
Letting them,
two-finger top? Hey.
That is wrong. Exactly.
Don't do that. They're going to get it eventually, right?
Yes.
Now, I want to ask all of those that are listening their take on that. Now, where this possible homeless man has been apprehended as well for throwing a rock, what do you think about that? Because he know how to twerk. He know how to dirty wine. He know to find food. What else does he know? He knows every popular song.
Exactly.
Right. So do you think that he should have faced the magistrate?
Yeah, because he knew what he was doing. I can't believe it.
If it's true.
If it's true. I can't believe this.
So
wow.
Are you saying that said officer that I'm telling you about was in the right?
Yeah.
As far as you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, yes. From everything that I'm hearing, yes.
Okay, so while you're on the yes spurt, do you think it was right for all them people to gather in Bimini? How about that? Since you're on the yes spurt, you got no people in Bimini.
I see them. No.
What could they have been thinking?
And then to record it.
See, that's the problem I have with our people. If you can do a thing, why
are we recording?
Who does that?
So now they have get what they deserve, and they on months lockdown now. Give them a month. Don't give them 2 weeks. Give them a month.
They got a full month.
No, they don't. But that's what I say. I say give them a month for being stupid.
Oh, you're on the stupid trip too. Is that stupid, or is it that they just felt like, I don't know? You think they thought it would not circulate, maybe? Because this us in Bimini, what that have to do with the people in Nassau?
My God. But the thing is, they were on lockdown for 2 weeks, point blank. Exactly, before everyone else. So why would you go?
They were first time lockies.
Lockies. Yeah. So you think it over?
So in other words, you're saying you were first time lockies, so why you think it wouldn't happen again?
Exactly. Now give them a month.
Because the eyes of the competent authority have been on every other island, including Nassau.
Exactly.
Especially where, we're about to bring in the tourists. But they too, Bimini also has their tourism sector in full swing.
Right.
I don't know what they could have been thinking. Or possibly drinking. Maybe let's blame it. Let's blame it on the goose. Got them feeling loose. It gotta be that because there's nothing else to equate why it is they would do something so
reckless, so dumb.
Is it dumb or is it reckless? Which one?
I feel like it's both. Like you done been in the position for 2 weeks. You were the first set to get locked down.
Or maybe Did you see any videos where they were actually, you could hear the music? For some reason.
Yeah.
What you heard?
I heard
You ain't no Rake and Scrape?
No, it was
You
Chris
sure?
Brown. It was Chris. The only one I heard was the Chris Brown song, the Chris Brown song.
Well, I heard Rake and Scrape.
Oh, I heard that one. Woo! Woo! Man.
Girl.
Seriously? But this just not my first time hearing about that.
He said that to me. I don't know how true it is. That's why I ain't trying to.
Right.
Because that sound.
That don't sound like him. For some reason.
To throw a rock?
Yeah. That don't sound like him.
But that's the thing. When you're working with a full deck, anything could be possible. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
But I don't think that real.
But he just come out of prison the other day. Come out of jail the other day. My friend was an officer. He backtalk some officer.
Jessica, my love. Oh, sweetheart. Sorry. Jess. Oh, Jessica. Jess. You have my heartfelt condolences, my love. I had no idea. I had no inclination of whose you are. I knew your father as a little girl. He used to work with my mother at Bahama Princess. I remember him very, very vividly, the only Black Bahamian Italian. I remember him very well, like very vividly. And you have my heartfelt condolences during this time of bereavement. I'm trusting that the powers that be will be able to locate the culprits, to say the least. I pray your strength, my love. I know what it is to lose, and I know what it is to lose big time. But I think that extra element of someone murdering your parent and who's of age and has Alzheimer's is just heartless. I'm beyond words for you, my love. That's one of persons on the feed. Somebody killed her father in Freeport. After he was missing for a minute, and she was actively looking, and it wasn't a good find. Jesus.
Oh Lord. Why would you do that? I mean,
if my mother was 70 something, so this man got to be in the 70s.
Yeah.
Easily.
I hope they find whoever that is swiftly and do what they must.
From what I remember in the news, the last person, I think the neighbors, just if I'm correct, the neighbors who saw him leaving, he was leaving with 2 females, correct? Yeah.
We just laid my uncle to rest this morning.
Oh, you went to the funeral today?
This morning, yeah. We got home like 1. 1, yeah. Boy, what a day.
Boy. You don't understand. Star 106 hits. Blame it on the rake and scrape and the goose. What else did they drink? And
the Henny.
The Henny. There you go. Some of them just drink water and silly like that. Though. I'm just saying. I mean, who does that? This is a classic case of the innocent having to suffer for the guilty. Can you imagine those Bimenites who are just well behaved. They, follow all protocol.
Been in the house.
Been in the house
from
from
then.
March. Catch house color. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden,
these clowns.
That's what they are.
Clowns.
Especially there's a lot of clowns, though. That's a lot.
Especially the person who record or the people who
I'm
record.
Sure, you know what the funniest thing about the recording aspect of things, though? I'm sure a lot of people wasn't even, thinking. They just do the. I take a selfie. What is the thing? The snap.
The snap. Right.
You just snap, and then you release your finger from it and press send, and you're thinking that it's only you and your particular contact list,
right?
People who you trust, people who you think would never ever forward it to the what the COVID
hotline.
See, at least you know the real name. It's called the snitch line. But yes, the COVID line. You see what I'm saying?
Bling hotline blinging.
My Lord.
Yeah, they get what coming to them. They get it and more. Back on lockdown. Back.
Do you think Nasuvians have seen it, understand it, and now will tear a page out of the Biminites book?
I hope so. I think so, but I hope so.
Chapter. This one come after Genesis. Bimini. Yeah. You think we're going to tear a book out of the book of Bimini?
Yes.
You think so?
I think so. I hope so.
You think we're going to read the whole chapter?
Man, we better. Mind you, I see people on Twitter talking about it.
What are they saying?
And how stupid they are and why they record it. And they clearly don't want to be free. So I hope we do. You
know what? Let's take a quick break. We're going to find out what's happening on the streets of Nassau real quick. More free in mind when we come back. Of course, stay tuned.
Is an important phase for your child. He'll need a good source of nutrition.
I mean, Elutra, Anixoma,
is the only growing up milk with the unique
and Bimini come. What is this? Hold on. You just see the man shut down Elutra Anixoma. You don't think you shut down that again?
Fast.
Or is it that they don't care? I
don't know what it is. That's when you're really stuck on stupid. So I couldn't. My brain don't work like that. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
GTX Ultra Clean has a unique double action formula designed to clean sludge 50% better than industry standards. Buy Castrol GTX Ultra Clean and get 50% superior sludge protection. Castrol, it's more than just
sorry, multitasking right
yeah, man.
You left. Why is it doing it? You left already? Because I was telling you, I could have just let I could have given you that. I could have get that to you now.
Every day, rather than cooked to golden perfection, ensuring that KFC's chicken is hot and crispy every time. Pick up a fresh prepared in-store meal starting as low as $20, including VAT today.
How was your day?
Horrible.
Model. Okay.
Home for new hit music.
I'm pretending, seriously. Star 106 hits, yes. Welcome back, Free Your Mind on a Monday. And of course, I want to say shouts out to everybody who's locked and loaded. Thank you to all of those that behaved themselves over the weekend. What was your weekend like?
My weekend was kind of busy because we were planning this funeral this morning. So we were dealing with that all weekend. Had headaches. We was drinking all the liquor out the cabinet.
Just 5 of y'all, though, right? Like just
two.
Okay.
Two of us, but now, it over. Tension headache gone, stress pimple gone. Let me ask you a
question. Not, and I ain't being funny. Like, real talk. How do you select the 10 people who are permitted to attend? How do you? What was that process like?
Boy, that was difficult. We had sisters and brothers of the deceased. We had their children, but specifically the ones who were a part of the program, and then just other people just happened to show up.
And that equal 10?
Uh, nah, I don't know if I could if I don't know if I could say this part, but let's just say that the room that we had was big enough to fit maybe like 15, maybe
We're
like
talking this
18.
live that y'all had more than 10. Oh, so you're somebody in there from Bimini?
No,
Like Biminites?
no,
So, okay, I can leave
no.
that one alone.
I leave that there.
I gonna definitely leave that one
I leave
alone.
that there.
Wow!
I leave that there.
Wow! So, what do you think? Do you think if persons are able to go to church
Mhm,
on a given Sunday and
mhm,
socially distance themselves,
mhm.
what do you think the difference is with a funeral? Why you think they're limiting that number to 10?
So from what the PM is saying,
Mm.
it's because at funerals we tend to get little huggy, little touchy feely. You gotta throw yourself over this one. This one gotta comfort you, and there's a lot of touching. When it comes time to crying and grieving and hollering and all of that. So, but whereas with with a church service, you could eliminate all of the touching, and you only have to what is it? You only have to sing. You only have to
That's
chant.
not true. I disagree. I disagree.
Because we didn't do no touching today.
Think about it.
No one touched. It
Turn
wasn't.
to your neighbor, tap your neighbor, and say,
Oh,
"This is your season."
oh,
Tap me.
uh,
Okay.
okay.
Hold on. Let me sanitize first.
Exactly.
Let me sanitize.
Exactly.
Like seriously.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what? What's your thought on it, people? 3288164. 3288164. Do you think funerals are the only time in church that Bahamians become very affectionate and for lack of a
Physical.
better physical
Mhm.
or more comfortably called being more touchy feely?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I get it though. I get it.
Mhm.
For a funeral, you're consoling
Right.
for the most part.
Right.
You're holding up some people from time to time,
Right.
those that decide to drop like flies.
In the hole.
Beats, you just joining us.
Oh.
But the question, simply, do you think if you can attend church on any given Sunday, right? What is in no particular numbers? Once you're socially distant, do you think there's any difference between that and the 10 people that are permitted to go to a funeral? Like, do you think maybe don't you think
Run the
it's
question mark.
difficult enough that you have to select? Because I'm asking Naja,
Mm-hmm.
why, what was the process like trying to select 10 people? You know what it is for any given Bahamian family?
Mm-hmm.
10 is a drop in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So how do you select?
So what you're asking me is
What's the difference?
what's the difference between choosing 10 people to go to the funeral versus choosing 10 people to go to church?
No, church, there is no 10. Church is just make sure y'all socially
Social
distant.
distant, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing the difference.
Oh, you want us to tell you what their reasoning is?
If anything, wouldn't it be better for the funeral? Because in the funeral, you don't necessarily have to have it. And I know, brother Bill want his big going home service in the sanctuary,
in the cathedral,
Yeah.
right?
But given the conditions, I'm sure brother Bill would understand us having a magnificent service outside, socially distanced. I mean,
right.
I feel as though they ain't being. I understand you grieving right now, but you know what? This is on the funeral companies. This was your chance to be innovative. Why you ain't give nobody a drive-through funeral package yet?
Go for
You
yourself.
can pick up in the car, sit in the car.
Go for yourself,
on the
bro.
big screen to show all the video.
Hey.
Going home service.
Any church I see doing this, y'all owe this man. Right away.
So waiting on 10 people.
Now, will the authorities allow that though? You see, there's no reason. I get you. There's no reason why that shouldn't.
Exactly.
Because if you stay in your, well, how do you view the body?
you could put it
drive by. You have
I'm
a
not gonna
drive
call the
by.
name of the company, but
the
there is a
screen.
very reputable Bahamian company that does drive-through movie theaters. They have
I know what you
projector
mean.
screens. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
but
spoke
how
about
do
it, but
you?
that's in
No,
the day.
you have to understand Bahamians and our culture when it comes to
Okay.
funerals. You ain't gonna want to drive by the body.
You gotta.
Well, Empress.
You gotta go, and a lot. You know what? I hate to say this though, but there are a lot of Bahamians who don't even know that the dearly departed, but they just want to see
They
the
just wanna
work
see.
of the mortician.
Well,
Oh,
Empress,
We
the,
gotta get close.
the body ain't breathing no more, so the body ain't get COVID. The body can't give you COVID.
oh,
So why we just can't say,
But
all
who
right?
said the body can't give COVID?
How the body?
Ooh.
Yeah, let me don't say that. You can't give the body COVID. Let me say that.
Ah,
Okay, right.
But who says the body
Can't
can't give
give.
COVID?
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
Yes, I did bring
Well,
that up too.
just how we adapted and overcame it, we can arrange it so that, hey, check us out. The body is going to be, it's the same outside service. However, there's a portion during the service before the service start. You get to come and see the body, but it's still
One at a time.
one at a time,
Right.
or the family. This family go. Let
Oh
them
yeah,
go.
whoever live in this
But
house.
again, this doesn't fall on the grieving family. This is on the people who's charge you 60 grand, 30 grand,
Which
40
60
grand
grand, bro?
to set up the funeral.
What?
That you ain't supposed to have to worry about.
I don't know.
Motto.
I'm gonna open the phone line on that. Great idea, mind you.
Yeah.
Great idea. But I'm not quite sure how successful that would be. I get it. You allow one person at a time
It
or
don't
per
be one person.
family,
Per family, per household,
Um,
household,
For
per
household.
per
household.
household
Mhm.
to view the body together.
Mhm.
Good idea.
Mhm.
But what happens when? Because at that time, people are very compassionate. So that's where I think that's where the concern was: the hugging,
Yeah.
the consoling.
Mhm.
You see somebody break down
Right.
outside of your immediate household.
Right.
You ain't gonna just stand there and watch them collapse.
I don't want to say this.
I don't know.
What I'm going to say, it's going to come off cruel or cold. It's not cold, but I'm the kind of person, I always like being by myself. So maybe this may be, look at it like this. Maybe this may be a new take on the funeral thing. So after you've seen the body and you've had your chance to say your final goodbyes,
Mhm.
then you go sit in your car and you have your big snotty cry to
Mhm.
yourself or to your family who's in the car with you. And then you all sit down as a family
And
and
sing kumbaya
take
and hug
part.
up.
No, you take part in the funeral service, the interment.
Right.
Y'all sit in the car and y'all watches the interment happens.
Uh-huh.
Then afterwards, y'all maybe this is even going the next further. And I could charge you for this one.
Go ahead, charge them.
But
Full
the
price
funeral
plus VAT.
company, they like give out these flowers and stuff at the funeral.
Right.
They just walk around, give everybody a flower,
Carnation.
Right.
and right before y'all put the body down, you give everyone a chance to walk over and put
Throw
their
the
flower in,
flower.
throw their flower in, throw their flower in. Now you have to take extra time for Annie because she can break down crying.
Right.
You know that.
Tolerate.
You know what? Let's take a break on that. Not a bad idea, but right here. Free your mind, star 106 hit. Stay tuned.
Wait, can I clear the air?
Yeah, sure.
Can I backtrack and say that the room was big enough to fit 15? Not necessarily that we had 15 because we had to, but that breaking down thing today, we had one person at everyone who was the only one break down, but he stayed outside while everyone else was inside.
This is a Catholic funeral. What? Hold on. I can't even go. I gotta wait.
I respect that because I can't.
I gotta go. I gotta
breaking
wait.
down next to me during COVID. All your tears, your heavy breathing.
I can need
You need to
you.
come from around me. I can come from around me, uncle. I don't come.
We didn't even have to tell him that he went. He found the first seat in the corner and he stayed there.
I respect that.
Honestly, he stayed out of people's way, and when we were done, he was okay.
This was either Catholic, Presbyterian. Hold on, let me get this. Let me get this together. You all think I was a dummy. Think you sharp, say Nasha. I know what time it is. Yeah. I can fall out. I can fall out. I got you. I on ya. Star 106 hits. Yes, indeed. Free your mind on a Mad Monday. And of course, DJ Beats just came up with a wonderful idea, and to the first funeral home that does it, we're coming for that percentage, that little thing.
Pay him.
But it is a great idea. I don't know how many have taken it into consideration if they tried to get it passed by the competent authority.
Mhm.
But again, like I said, there is that breaking down factor that we have to
Mhm.
filter
Mhm.
in. That does not necessarily have to occur within your household of persons that,
Mhm.
that
Right.
come out to attend the funeral. Now, St. Asha off air
Hey.
made mention of um, a particular funeral where just one person happened to break down, and I it was either one of two things for me. It was either that this funeral did not take place in the country of the Bahamas, all right, not in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, um, that it possibly did not occur amongst colored folk, or three, it was either possibly a Catholic, Anglican, Presbyterian, or Jewish synagogue. And she's laughing. And the thing is, I'm serious. Like, I don't understand why when I say certain things, like she's just bust out laughing. And is it because I'm right?
I
No, seriously, there are
I don't
certain, no,
know.
let's be real.
Okay.
There are certain denominations
Yes.
that don't do the throw themselves
The-
in the
yeah,
hole.
yeah,
There
yeah.
are certain denominations that throughout the whole service
Mhm.
know how to restrain
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
from doing certain things. They save that for the four walls of their home, their car, in their own personal space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then the others, because there are those,
Right.
and then the others.
Right,
The
right.
majority that fall in the box of the others
Right.
is a anytime, any place, anywhere
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly.
But it's almost safe to say those denominations that I so nicely listed for you,
Yes.
they don't do that.
It wasn't the denomination.
Lies. But
It,
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
it was a peaceful funeral. It wasn't there was no need for all of that.
No, I don't care if the person, you've watched them suffer for a long time,
Oh,
and you're happy that
right.
they finally get some peace.
You're right.
You may cry less.
You're right. You're right.
You may not throw yourself in the hole.
You're right. You're right.
But
You're right.
it does not take away from the fact that somebody is still going to miss them immensely
Mhm.
and do the holler.
This person isn't a hollerer, if that makes it any
Boy,
better.
listen to me.
I don't.
I can tell you my own experience. I know holler, but when my parents died, okay, I felt the holler come from a place in my body that I've never even knew existed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about, that a person is not a hollerer. A person ain't a hollerer until they have
They
to
holler.
be.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
But
I gotta
uh-huh.
take a slight exception to the things Empress said earlier because I'm a
Mhm.
proud Anglican. But honestly, I feel like the wedding is a little lacking if we don't have at least one breakdown.
A wedding?
Not the wedding.
Oh, the
funeral.
funeral. Oh,
The funeral.
oh.
It's like what?
Wait,
There are
what?
people who shouldn't be married? Why people are hollering? Like, what's going on at the Anglican
funeral.
wedding?
The funeral gotta have at least one big break. If it
You're
don't,
right.
it gotta have at least one, at least to break the silence.
You're right. You're right. Boy, it was really silent.
Mhm.
It was.
You gotta have the one.
It was.
You know, why do people say the
Take me.
I don't
Oh,
understand why
I
it's-
know that one.
I think it's too late for the take me.
I-
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Been
It's
gone.
not too late. It's not
I mean,
too
but if you
late for the
take
take me,
me-
because if your word could be your words are very powerful.
Hello.
Suppose the Lord decides that, you know what, this could be the 2-for-1 package. I could take this
I
one
get
too.
that. Exactly. It's gonna be 2-for-1. It's not like you can take me and they coming back.
Right.
Right.
You can take two.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't know where that come from, but I never had it like that.
But
Grief
why
is
do
a
people
powerful thing.
jump in the hole? Explain that
Grief
one.
is a powerful thing.
No, it is, because again, like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you do some things that is out of your character. And
Yeah.
again, I said I'm talking from experience. And
Yeah.
it's funny that since my parents departed this world, I've never been strong enough to have this conversation.
Oh.
And the funniest thing is, I could tell you when we would have we could have had this conversation before their death, and I'd be like, why do people do that?
Right.
But what I did was probably even worse than jumping in the hole. I mean, no, the hole is a little extreme.
Okay, yeah.
I jump on top of the
the casket. Okay.
casket.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I literally, because I'll tell you what was going through my mind.
Right.
I'm thinking, you take her away from me now, I'll never see her again. This is truly it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the it. This is it. And I didn't want that moment to ever happen. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I stop them from taking her right now, then it's not going to happen.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah.
So while they're trying to roll it, I'm like, oh, no, this ain't going to happen. I can't let this happen. I won't let this happen because this is my mommy y'all trying to take now.
Exactly.
So guess what?
Yeah.
Somebody got to stop it.
Ooh.
And that was me. Dress on and everything.
I had to pause for a moment because I'm trying to
just picture it. It's crazy.
And I know sister no half step.
No.
So I'm imagining how
you're totally out of character. I promise you, because now that we're talking about this and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I did that. I'm always composed.
I'm really trying to picture it.
You can't.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I have no pictures of it, but vividly in my mind. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop the thought. I just didn't want to forget.
I remember. I can't forget.
You can't forget.
I can't forget.
Let's just be on this topic of funerals. Why is it that I don't know if this is a Bahamian thing or if this is a new
Caribbean
thing or Caribbean thing.
Right.
People, why are you recording funerals?
Oh my!
I don't.
Why are we why?
I didn't.
Who's gonna watch that? Do y'all have a day that y'all just sit around?
You know what?
Today is the funeral.
Today is Thursday. It goes on a Thursday. The day we look at the obituaries.
Jesus.
That is typically Bahamian. It's culture. So maybe Thursday is the day that people decide to watch the people's funeral.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
If I when I pass and you record my funeral, I can haunt you because I why would you want to relive that moment?
I think
I am with you on that. And you know what is funny? You say that because I don't have no footage. I didn't even think to record those things.
I think.
No, sorry.
I just gonna say I think my dad's funeral was recorded, and I think I watched it.
I'm gonna say now the memorial service part of it, where people are making their
tributes and
got it. Right, got that.
That's cool.
I got that.
But don't you dare!
Wow,
bring that camera.
Yeah, that's
on my dead face.
Yeah.
In the hole.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
It's whack. It's whack. It's whack. No, it's whack. Yeah. And then when people take photos of the dead person,
and post, you mean don't forget, take the picture and post, or someone forwards the picture and you decide, you know what? Let's take it a step further. There's a gruesome accident on the road.
Oh, geez.
Right?
Wait.
Guts all over the highway. Why do we do that as a people? Why do we think it's not curiosity? It's there for you. It's there.
It is.
It's about being the new reporter on the block. It's about I was the one, especially not thinking about the family members or children or whoever who have no inclination of what has happened to them.
And you know what it is? It's and not to keep beating social media, but
beat it like
social
Michael.
Media sort of has brought off this sick fascination with the macabre and the disgusting things that we want to be able to be the person to post the most shocking, disturbing thing to get the most.
Well, you scared me just now when I heard the
shh. I was like, "Where's Beats going?"
People just want to be the first to post up whatever's going to get them the
horrible.
most.
It's something we need to get rid of as a people. I think there should be a fine for that.
Or was that just proposed?
It needs to be
Oh,
more than
it need to
proposed.
be,
It
yeah,
needs to be enforced. If
yeah,
it is out there, it needs to be enforced. It is so insensitive.
very
It is gruesome.
gruesome.
More than
Just
gruesome. It's just wrong on
this,
so many
I just,
levels.
No, I get the fascination level of it, and I this is my, because there's some gray area in this. I get the, okay, I drive into my car and I see an accident, right?
mhm,
And I'm driving, me now, we rolling up to go to the accident. I driving alongside the accident.
Mm.
So far, all I see is the back of the car
mhm,
and a little mash up.
mhm.
Now, as I get further,
And you
I
see the
see
guts.
I see it's a person in the car.
Right.
What do I do at that point? Do I delete that video or do you share that video? If it was just the accident, you just showing the car, oh, I came across this accident today.
Mhm.
You're not showing any persons inside. You just letting people know, hey, don't go Makishi, there's an accident there. That's fine. But you don't
Leave
need
that
to
to
be
the eye in the
walking in the
sky
people's
news.
car trying to get their last words on videotape. That's
Yeah,
not your job.
that's right. And watching them bleed out and
That ain't your
their
job. You're not even
last
trying to
breath,
help.
and just, yeah, you're right. You're not trying to
That's right.
help.
You ain't even trying
Honestly,
to resuscitate. You ain't,
Hey,
wiping the blood. You
Or
ain't giving them a
think I'm
drink of water. You ain't
stopping
trying
the
to,
blood,
yeah.
like
What you
pressing
call
it
it
down,
again?
putting
Giving
on
the
pressure.
compression.
Right.
Right.
Ember is a very, very respected member. I would say one of the cornerstones of the Bohemian automotive community. Recently lost his life in a motorcycle accident. This man is no novice driver. This man is no novice rider. He's an excellent rider.
Oh,
His death showed all of
gruesome.
us that, listen, this could happen to anybody at any time.
Mm.
But what happened to him was one of the worst things that really anyone, any car enthusiast, any automotive enthusiast dreads.
Oh.
That's to have your death videotaped.
Oh.
Oh wow.
The only powerful thing, the only guiding light that came out of it was that through the courtesy of G5 Films, they were able to show the image of his bike and him next to each other, and then how right after that showed the image of his bike properly restored.
Wow.
We wouldn't be able to save him, but
Oh.
we were able to save.
The bike. Wow, that's powerful right there. Woo!
Stop rubbernecking.
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
that's another thing. Why do we have to eyeball the entire um, accident? Try to figure out who was right, who was wrong. Everybody is a police officer after that. Then we have the wannabe morticians, the wannabe news reporters. We need to get it together. That's not something to claim as culture. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that one there. But of course, folks, yes, a little different, but nevertheless, we're at the end of another Free Your Mind, brought to you courtesy of none other than Fresh Market, KFC, Pindertile, Muffler World, Lactogen distributed by Lightpoints Trading, Discount Distributors, and Discount Distributors Liquors. Want you to keep it locked, of course, top of the hour, 5 o'clock. You drive at 5 with yours truly, and DJ AI comes your way.
Discount distributor.
Wait, let me tell you something. Dress
Mhm.
up, everything. I didn't care
I
which way
cannot
the
picture
wind
that.
blow.
Yeah,